I've been thinking a lot lately about the idea of consistency when it comes to building healthy habits. It's not about doing something perfectly right from the start, but just showing up day after day.
That's so true, Emma. People often expect quick results, but real, lasting change comes when you commit to consistent action over time. It's the small steps that add up, creating sustainable habits.
Exactly, it's easy to get distracted by the end goal, but consistency builds momentum. It's less about pushing yourself to the extreme and more about making steady progress. And eventually, you won't even have to think about it, it'll just become part of your lifestyle.
And I think consistency helps you overcome challenges. The days when motivation is low, consistency keeps you going. It's like a safety net that catches you even when you're feeling off track.
Yes, it's about building a routine you can rely on, even when life gets in the way. I find that having a set schedule makes it easier to prioritize healthy habits, whether it's exercising, eating well, or even getting enough sleep.
Absolutely. And the more you stick to a routine, the easier it becomes to keep it going. Over time, those small actions compound, and you start seeing bigger results, both physically and mentally. It's the consistency that leads to real transformation.
It's also about setting realistic goals. If you try to change too much too quickly, it can feel overwhelming and you might burn out. But when you break it down into manageable steps, it feels more achievable and you're more likely to stick with it.
That's a great point, Emma. And it's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you show up consistently, even on the tough days.
Exactly, it's about progress, not perfection. And you'll likely encounter setbacks along the way. But if you keep showing up, even after a mistake or a misday, you're still moving forward.
Right. It's all part of the journey. And sometimes, taking those small actions, like going for a short walk when you don't feel like hitting the gym, still counts. It keeps you in the habit, even if it's not a perfect workout.
And celebrating those small victories can really keep you motivated. Recognizing your progress, no matter how small, helps you stay on track and reminds you that the effort is worth it.
Absolutely. The key is to make those habits so ingrained that they become second nature. And the best part is that, over time, you begin to feel better, physically and mentally. The results may take time, but the process itself becomes its own reward.
You're right, and another important aspect is building a support system. Whether it's a workout buddy, an online group, or just sharing your progress with a friend, having someone to encourage you can really help with staying accountable.
Totally. Accountability can make a huge difference. When you know someone else is rooting for you or checking in on your progress, it adds a layer of commitment to the whole process. It's harder to skip a workout when you know someone is expecting you to show up.
And that sense of community can turn exercise into something fun and social rather than a chore. You can share tips, laugh together, and celebrate the small wins as a group. It makes the journey more enjoyable and sustainable.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not about pushing yourself to the limit every day. Rest is just as important. Giving your body time to recover can actually improve performance and prevent burnout.
Definitely, a good balance between work and rest is essential. It's not about working out 7 days a week without breaks. You need to listen to your body and give it the time it needs to recharge.
And let's not forget about variety. Mixing up your routine can help keep things interesting. If you always do the same type of exercise, it can get boring. But trying new activities, whether it's yoga, running, or strength training, can keep you engaged and prevent you from getting stuck in a rut.
That's so true. Keeping things fresh helps keep motivation high. And even if you can't make it to the gym, you can do simple bodyweight exercises at home, take a walk, or even dance around to your favorite music.
I couldn't agree more. The key is to stay flexible and open to different ways of moving your body. Exercise should be something you enjoy, not just something you have to do.
Exactly. And when it becomes something you enjoy, it's easier to stay consistent and make it a long-term habit. It becomes part of your lifestyle, and that's when you know you've really built a sustainable fitness routine.
Right. Once it becomes part of your routine, it's almost like brushing your teeth or eating something you do without thinking about it too much. And with the right mindset, exercise doesn't feel like a burden. It just feels like a natural part of your day.
Absolutely. And the great thing is that even small efforts count. You don't have to work out for an hour every day. If you can squeeze in 20 or 30 minutes, that's still progress. It's all about consistency over time, rather than perfection in one session.
Yeah, and those little sessions add up. Over the course of a week, a month, or a year, you'll see the results without having to push yourself too hard in any one moment. It's about the long game.
It's also important to set realistic goals. Start with something achievable and gradually increase the intensity or duration of your workouts. When goals feel attainable, it's easier to stay motivated and not feel overwhelmed.
Exactly, and celebrating those small milestones along the way can help keep your spirits high. Maybe it's increasing your running distance or finally mastering that yoga pose. Those small wins are significant and help keep you going.
And while progress is important, it's also okay to have off days. Some days will be tougher than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you don't let one bad day derail your entire routine. Just get back to it the next day.
Right. It's about being kind to yourself and understanding that setbacks are part of the process. The important thing is staying consistent and not giving up.
Exactly, even on the tough days. Just showing up and doing something, no matter how small, is a win in itself. And that momentum will carry you forward in the long run.
One thing that helps a lot is having a variety in your routine. If you do the same thing every day, it can get monotonous, and that can cause burnout. Switching it up keeps things interesting and challenges different muscle groups too.
Definitely, I love how trying new activities keeps me engaged. Like, one day I'll go for a run, and the next day I might try a dance class or some strength training. It keeps me excited to get moving instead of dreading my workout.
That's a great point. It also prevents your body from plateauing. If you keep mixing it up, you're constantly challenging yourself and improving. Plus, it gives your muscles time to recover from different kinds of stress.
Another big motivator for me is finding a workout buddy. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or even joining a fitness group, it's so much more fun when you have someone to share it with. You push each other, and it doesn't feel like a solo task anymore.
Exactly. The social aspect can make all the difference. It's like having someone to cheer you on, and when you are not feeling it, they might be the one to encourage you to keep going. Plus, it turns the whole experience into something more enjoyable.
And don't forget about rest days. People often overlook how important rest is for progress. Your muscles need time to recover, and without proper rest, you're not going to get the results you're hoping for. It's all about balance.
Absolutely. Rest days are when your body actually builds strength. It's crucial to allow yourself the recovery time. And then when you're back at it, you'll feel stronger and more energized. You can't expect to perform your best without giving your body a break.
Right, and listening to your body is key. Sometimes you might feel like you can push through another set or go that extra mile, but other times, your body is telling you it needs a break. Honoring those signals is just as important as pushing yourself.
Exactly. It's all about understanding your limits. You don't need to push every single day. It's about consistency, not intensity every time. The goal is to build a sustainable habit, not to burn out in the first few weeks.
And that's why I try to make my workouts enjoyable. If I dread going to the gym or hate the exercises, I know I'm not going to stick with it for long. Finding activities that make you feel good is the secret. That way, it becomes something you look forward to.
That's a smart approach. It's not about forcing yourself into something you don't like. Maybe you'll start with something small, but if it feels good, you'll gradually do more, and the habit will stick, like a snowball effect.
Exactly, and having clear goals also helps keep you on track. Whether it's aiming for a certain number of steps each day, improving strength, or just moving more frequently, those goals give you something to work toward and help measure your progress.
And don't be afraid to adjust your goals as you go. Life changes, and sometimes what worked for you last month might not fit into your schedule now. Being flexible with your goals and adapting them is part of the process.
Definitely, and celebrating the small wins, no matter how minor they may seem, is important too. Whether it's adding an extra set or simply making it to your workout, when you're not feeling motivated, those little victories add up over time.
Absolutely. All of it counts. Consistency, flexibility, and positive reinforcement create a solid foundation for any fitness routine. It's not about perfection. It's about making it part of your lifestyle and sticking with it, no matter what.
And it's important to remind yourself that progress isn't always visible immediately. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see changes right away. But trust me, the results come slowly and steadily if you stay consistent.
You're right. I think a lot of people quit too soon because they expect instant results. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Every day you show up, you're laying the foundation for long-term success, even if you can't see it yet.
Exactly, and there's also the mental health aspect. Physical activity can improve mood, reduce stress, and help you feel more energized. Sometimes the best results aren't physical, but mental feeling better overall can be a great motivator.
That's a great point. Feeling good mentally can push you to keep going, even on the tougher days. It's not just about building muscles or losing weight, it's about creating a healthier and more balanced version of yourself.
That's why it's important to create a routine that's sustainable. If you're constantly going all out, you'll burn out, mentally and physically. But if you build a habit that fits your life, it becomes easier to stick with it.
And flexibility also applies to the type of exercise you do. If running isn't your thing one week, try something else like yoga, swimming, or cycling. Mix it up to keep things interesting. It's about staying active, no matter the form.
Yes, exactly. The variety keeps your mind engaged and prevents you from getting bored. Plus, it keeps different muscles engaged, so you're benefiting all around.
And don't forget about recovery. Rest days are just as crucial as workout days. Your muscles need time to repair and grow, and your mind needs time to recharge. Without recovery, you won't get the full benefits of your effort.
That's a great reminder. Rest doesn't mean doing nothing. It can mean low-impact activities like walking, stretching, or even meditation. It's all about balancing work and recovery.
Absolutely. And recovery time is also when you start to notice improvements in your performance. It's in those moments of rest that your body rebuilds stronger. So don't overlook how important that phase is.
Right, and on top of that, recovery is a time to reflect. Taking a moment to acknowledge how far you've come can be a huge motivator. Whether it's keeping track of your progress in a journal or just mentally noting the improvements, it helps you stay connected to your journey.
I think it's also important to set realistic goals during this process. Sometimes people aim too high too fast, and when they fall short, they feel defeated. It's much better to set achievable goals that you can build on over time. Little by little, those small steps add up to big results.
Exactly, and along the way, celebrate the non-physical wins. Whether it's hitting a new personal best in terms of duration, or intensity, or simply sticking to your routine consistently, each win is worth acknowledging.
Agreed. And if you ever have a tough day or slip up, it's okay. Life happens, and it's not about perfection. It's about progress. The key is to get back on track as soon as you can, without being hard on yourself.
Yeah, and taking that pressure off yourself is crucial. The more you enjoy the process, the more you'll naturally stick with it. Focus on how you feel, rather than the numbers on a scale or in a workout app.
I couldn't have said it better. The whole idea of fitness is more than just the physical aspect. It's about creating a lifestyle. When you make it a part of your daily routine and enjoy the benefits, it becomes second nature.
Exactly. Fitness is a lifelong journey. When you prioritize consistency, both in your workouts and your rest, that's when you build a routine that becomes sustainable for years to come.
It's about making it a lifestyle, not a temporary fix. If you find ways to stay consistent and make it enjoyable, you'll find that fitness becomes something you never want to quit. And let's not forget the mental side of things. Fitness isn't just about building physical strength, it's about building mental resilience as well. Every time you push through a tough workout, you're strengthening your mindset, too.
Absolutely, Jack. The mental benefits of regular exercise can't be overstated. It boosts your mood, reduces stress, and improves your overall mental health. It's like a natural therapy that doesn't require appointments or prescriptions.
I've found that exercise helps me clear my mind. When I'm in the middle of a tough workout, all I focus on is the movement, and that takes my mind off everything else. It's a kind of reset for me.
Yes, it's like a form of meditation in motion. You're able to let go of daily stresses and just focus on what your body is doing. That mental clarity can carry over to other areas of your life, too.
That's such a good point. It's easy to forget that fitness is about balance, body, mind, and spirit. When all those things are in harmony, you feel more aligned in your daily life.
And that's why fitness shouldn't be seen as a chore, but as a way to nurture your body and mind. When you approach it with that mindset, It doesn't feel like something you have to do, but something you want to do.
Exactly. It's all about finding joy in the process. Whether it's through running, yoga, weightlifting, or any other form of movement, the goal is to make it something that brings you fulfillment, not frustration.
When you see the benefits, physically and mentally, you realize it's all worth it. And it doesn't have to be perfect every day. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. It's about showing up and giving what you can.
And that's what makes consistency so important. It's not about doing everything perfectly every single day, but about building that habit. Once you make exercise part of your daily routine, it becomes easier to keep going, even on days when you don't feel like it.
Right, and on those days when motivation is low, it's crucial to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Maybe you won't crush your personal best, but just moving your body, even for a short time, is still a win.
I agree. And sometimes it's about finding the right type of exercise for how you're feeling that day. Some days you might need something more intense, like a HIIT workout, and other days you might just want to go for a walk or do some gentle stretching.
That's another important point, listening to your body. Exercise isn't a one-size-fits-all, and it's important to adjust depending on how your body feels that day. You don't want to push too hard if you're feeling exhausted or injured, but you also don't want to skip out on the movement altogether.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance between challenging yourself and being kind to yourself. Fitness is a journey, not a race, and being patient with yourself is key to staying on track.
Definitely. And the more you focus on the long-term benefits, the easier it becomes to stay motivated. Your body becomes stronger, your mind clearer, and your confidence grows with every workout.
That's the beauty of it. Fitness has a ripple effect. The effort you put into taking care of your body not only transforms your physical health, but it also uplifts your emotional and mental well-being. It's all interconnected.
Absolutely, Jack. It's amazing how something as simple as daily movement can improve so many aspects of your life. So, whether you're just getting started or have been consistent for a while, keep going. The results will come, and you'll be glad you stuck with it.
Definitely. Remember, consistency is key, and every small step counts toward your progress. So keep moving, stay motivated, and embrace the journey.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope this conversation helps you stay inspired to keep making those positive steps toward a healthier lifestyle. Don't forget to check in with yourself regularly and celebrate the wins, no matter how small they may seem. Stay active, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.